Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to talk about, and it's been a chaotic, stressful day full of anxiety. Thank you, Democrats. And I say this not to my super chat. Thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. You know, we're hearing a lot today. Well, it's not a court of law. It's like a job placement thing. It's just a job application. You're just applying for a job. They don't even believe their own nonsense. They don't even believe their own nonsense. They just continue to reiterate the same nonsensical, irrational propaganda talking points. They don't care. They really, really don't care. And again, the issue is not Dr. Ford. She could be telling the truth. Kavanaugh could be the spawn of Satan, but there's no evidence. You have to utilize evidence to make a lasting claim, kind of like Trump colluded with Russia. Democrats have no evidence, and they expect. Thank you, Eric H526. That is my new upload, everyone. It's a condensed version of this segment. So Democrats expect the confirmation process to just go ahead and be held hostage. Why? Because of allegations. Now, again, the allegations could be true or not true. But the issue is there's no evidence behind them. You can't simply say at this point, because if you wanted to investigate if you wanted the FBI to investigate Kavanaugh, then you have to have a location where the alleged crime took place. You need a location. Ford never even gave a location. Keith Ellison's accuser, Karen Monahan, has medical records. So it's just a double standard. It's a complete double standard. And Democrats, they don't care about the Me Too movement, or they don't care about Me Too. They're just using it. They're using whatever they can, whatever they can. And go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, New Orleans Ian. Hello. They're using whatever they can to destroy someone's life. And whether or not the incident took place or the crime, you're talking to somebody who I would be totally fine with capital punishment for, rape. I'm totally cool. I'm fine with that. But you're talking about a situation where there is no evidence. Victims of sexual assault have evidence generally. Sometimes there's no evidence, but most of the time there is. Most of the time, the victim, the person who has been subject to the most barbaric, cruel, horrible experiences, knows where it took place, knows the time. Now, whether some memories are hazy or repressed, fine. I'm not saying that everything has to be completely and utterly spotless. I'm saying if you don't have evidence at all, like zero evidence aside from Ford told somebody, well, that's not enough. That doesn't corroborate a story. If you tell somebody, I have been telling you every single day that Hillary Clinton transferred top secret intelligence from SIPRNet, JWICs, and SCIFs onto a server that was once unencrypted. That doesn't corroborate it taking place. The FBI stated it took place. James Comey stated it took place. He said, yes, that information was transferred, but they didn't investigate how. And they said, well, it was transferred inadvertently or unintentionally. She didn't intentionally use the server. On November 6th, I'm going to have a tall glass of Yoo-Hoo, not Russian standard vodka. And you have to go ahead and say, at what point will Democrats stop destroying every movement on the left? Medicare for all is done. Andrew Gillum is getting money from Hillary Clinton. That is, you're going to lose. If you don't have enough grassroots support in Florida, I don't care. The polls are completely off. They're like, oh, he's up by 9. No, he's not up by 9. And you know what? DeSantis is going to win Florida. DeSantis is going to win Florida, and John Cox is going to get close or win California. How do you have a blue wave? Because if you can't go and if you can't get of the 14 California Republicans, Luana Davis, military tribunals are coming as soon as Kavanaugh's confirmed Trump is ruling under state of emergency. It's going to get crazier. Luana Davis, thank you. Thank you. Luana, we don't even need military tribunals. We just need Christopher Wray to do his job, which he will. He'll have the political will. Once we get Rosenstein out, Rosenstein's on his way out the door. Trump is hilarious. He's like, I'm just going to go ahead and I want to just go ahead and talk to Rosenstein. He knows he can't stand Rosenstein. He can't stand Sessions. But Trump is playing it really cool because he knows Kavanaugh is going to get confirmed. Now, Chuck Grassley stated that it's going to happen tomorrow, regardless of Avenatti, who just, the Weekly Standard actually wrote an article disputing one of the major claims pertaining to Avenatti's client. But that is going to happen. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. Tomorrow is going to be a really interesting day. And you're going to have a lot of smoke, no evidence, no fire. And Friday is the date to vote. Now, if Grassley doesn't get any evidence or any credible, what you want to say, credible, I don't want to use the word credible, but Avenatti saying, oh, we found this person, that is not, if you knew about this person last week and you timed it for today, sorry, just like with Dianne Feinstein, you can't go ahead and say you care about women when you're timing the plight of these females just for your political advantage. You can't say you care about women if you're utilizing the pain of women at the most opportune times. This is so bizarre, and it's even bizarre. Like, I pretty much know almost everything there is to know about how disgusting and sick and vile the Democratic Party propaganda is. But today is like earth-shattering at how just the utter contempt they have for the rule of law. They talk about the rule of law. They have no idea what the rule of law is. Hillary Clinton commits crimes. Bill Clinton commits sexual assault. You have Eric Schneiderman. You have Anthony Weiner. You have possibly Keith Ellison. You have all these people on the left. Ted Kennedy back in the day. Their track record with women is horrendous. Yet they're the vanguards of the Me Too movement. I don't think so. Millennials are leaving the Democratic Party. Millennials. When was the last time a generation of Americans that were young said, nah, I'm not going to be on the left anymore. This is ridiculous. They have an ever-dwindling voter base. And all the people they think are going to vote Democrats. I mean, how many times have you heard, oh, women are going to propel Hillary Clinton. Women are going to propel Hillary Clinton. Oh, my God. Women are going to propel Hillary Clinton. Well, 52% of white women voted for Trump. And nobody thought that was possible. Nobody thought any demographic of women would vote for Trump. But they did. and you have more Black, Latina, Asian women voting for Trump. You have more minorities voting for Trump. In general, the economy is fantastic. He was supposed to preside over depression. The two things that he was accused of doing, getting us into this global nuclear conflict and a depression, are the two things that he is excelling at in terms of a great economy and peace between North and South Korea. Everything they say, from Trump destroying the economy to Trump creating a nuclear catastrophe to Hillary Clinton winning to the midterms, is wrong. You could go and look at mainstream media from Y2K to WMD to Clinton winning and now to midterms. You could just every single time to the .com. Every internet company is going to be worth trillions. You can go ahead and look at everything. When the media is unified and creates this alternate reality, they always come crashing down. They always come crashing down. Because what they want to do is sell newspapers and sell advertising and sell media airtime. They don't care about the truth. We have maybe a handful of publications. That are actually, not partisan. Everything is hyper partisan. At this point right now, Fox News is generally on the right side of history. MSNBC and CNN are generally not. That could change 10 years from now. That could change 5 years from now. But Andrew Gillum in Florida, this is insane. Clinton plans to campaign with Gillum in Florida. Are you kidding me? This is the Hill. This is today. Hillary Clinton is expected to campaign next month alongside Andrew Gillum. That's it. How are you? The Democrats are done. Andrew Gillum is supposed to be a grassroots Medicare for all progressive candidate. He is supposed to be a Bernie Sanders candidate. Again, Andrew Gillum is supposed to be a Bernie Sanders candidate. Why isn't Bernie raising money? Why is Hillary Clinton raising money? Because Bernie can't raise money anymore. Because $200 million was siphoned and funneled away from his voters into the DNC to purchase, very likely, the Steele dossier through Clinton's law firm. No one's going to give money to Bernie anymore. That's done. That ship has sailed and hit like 20 icebergs. The sailing ship Debbie Wasserman hit like this gigantic iceberg. Jennifer Hemer, watch Dan Bongino's show from today. Get the book Spygate. I will. Dan Bongino is awesome. I am a big fan of Dan Bongino. He's awesome. Jennifer Hemer, thank you. Thank you, Jennifer Hemer. Thank you. The sources say Clinton and Gillum's teams are still ironing out the details, but they expect Clinton will appear at least one public event with the Tallahassee mayor and assist his campaign in other ways. The commitment indicates Clinton is still considered a valuable asset, even in states where she lost during the 2016 bid for the presidency. No. It indicates they're cash strapped. The Democrats have no money. Okay? Do you understand? The Democrats have no money, honey. They have no money. The RNC has $250 million. No debt. The DNC has debt and only $116 million for these midterms. The RNC has over double the amount of money. The reason that Hillary Clinton had the private email server and she deleted it and wiped with bleach bit or wiped with a cloth 30,000 emails is because she derives all her money and influence from the Clinton Foundation. Andrew Gillum is using Clinton Foundation derived money. He is, I mean, none of these people running, maybe some of them are like, grassroots. But Andrew Gillum is supposed to be a grassroots, Medicare for all. Medicare for all will never happen. Forget about the feasibility. It's not feasible. But when you have Clinton raising money for a Bernie Sanders-backed candidate, there is no more Bernie movement. It's dead. It's no longer in existence. And I knew that to be the case a long time ago. This is just confirmation. Mansplainer, socialism, the mass enslavement of the successful and productive to the unsuccessful and unproductive. I never, ever wrote that Bernie was a socialist. I wrote 100 articles saying Bernie was better than Hillary Clinton. I even stated many times I wouldn't vote for a socialist. Back when in 2016 when I was hardcore on the left. Now they just lying like, oh yeah, thank you, mansplainer, thank you. Oh, well, we love socialism. Well, then what? If you think Bernie's a socialist, why'd you cheat Bernie? Just, why is Hillary Clinton fundraising for Andrew Gillum if everyone loves socialism so much? She's trying to be helpful any way she can, said one longtime Clinton ally. Okay. I think this is proof of those efforts. She's doing everything she can to help Democrats in winning. She is the biggest loser for the Democratic Party, but whatever. I'll be vindicated. We're going to party on this channel. Be here November 6th, and I'll say it every day. Dems hold 8-point lead in generic ballot, says Hill.tv, and I like the Hill. In October, she will be heading a fundraiser for Bob Mendez. And expected to appear alongside Democratic National Committee Tom Chairman for a dinner in Chicago. This is about money. They have no money. They have no money. They are completely depleted. Mansplainer, thank you. Brandon Wolf, the farce must end. So tired of the lunacy, overwhelmed the vote, and reserve these 10 traitors in the hearings. The dustbin of history. Well, bye. Brandon Wolf, thank you. Brandon Wolf, thank you. They have no money. They have no money, and everybody is saying they're going to crash and burn again. They have no money. That's right. Yoo-hoo. Want to party with a tall glass of yoo-hoo. I had this, one of the best teachers I've ever had in my life. His name was Mr. O'Brien, and he was absolutely amazing. And why am I telling you this? This is a joke in class in high school where he was obviously not, partying with a tall glass of yoo-hoo, but he would make reference to beer or spirits by saying, oh, partying with a tall glass of yoo-hoo. It's kind of funny. Anyway, getting back to this, yoo-hoo is delicious. I actually like Italian wine. It's a good story. California wine. I like Italian wine. Omar Pena. But they have no money. They have no money. I have no money. I'm a Democrat. Hillary, please. Campaign for me. Bob Menendez. Andrew Gillum. They have no money, and they're supposed to be Medicare. She is not Medicare for all candidate. Where are the grassroots donations? And I love Bernie Sanders as a human being, but he did this. They are going to crash and burn politically so badly. Gillum's going to lose to DeSantis. They're every Medicare for all, almost every, maybe 4 or 5 that are, some of them are already incumbent. Primarily, the incumbents will win of the Medicare for all. Everyone that goes out and tries to get a red, tries to switch a seat or campaign against the Republican, they're not the incumbent, they'll lose. Almost every one of them will lose. Democrats, blue wave. I want to hear this crap. It's Bandini. Hints of a blue wave for Democrats in Kentucky. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen in Kentucky. Between LA and New York, most of the country is Trump country. But see, between LA and New York, Democrats don't care. They don't care that they don't even think it exists, that these people exist. Hints of a blue wave for Kentucky. Yeah, ain't going to happen. Oh, and of course, they slowly lean towards my direction, 538, even though they're still saying 80%. This is a couple days ago. Will Democrat senators lose despite the blue wave? Well, yeah, they're not going to the House like I am. Yeah, they're going to lose. Yeah, despite the blue wave. Yeah. Get over your election needle PTSD. The blue wave is real. Wow. That's awesome. Wow. How Democrats can turn a blue wave into a new majority. Wow. This is fantastic. OMG. I've never heard anything so amazing in my life. I'm really scared. What happens if there's a blue wave? But I have to eat my words. There's not going to be a blue wave. It definitely could happen, but it ain't going to happen. You know how I know it's not going to happen? Because San Antonio turned, the district in San Antonio turned Democrat, first time in 139 years. Blue wave in my cup, in my teacup. Shinku Toner. Thank you, Shinku Toner. Thank you. Thank you, I'm a house elf. Thank you. Shinku Toner, thank you. Signs grow for Dem wave and house race. Whoa. Oh my God. The signs are growing? Why don't I see the signs? Could it be that maybe Hillary Clinton is raising money for Democrats because they don't have enough money? Because they're cash strapped and they're full of debt? It's not sustainable. I keep saying it's not sustainable. It is not sustainable. Are Democrats' chances? Are Democrats' chances? This makes no sense. This is the best one, though. GOP heading for midterm wipeout as blue wave scenario gives Democrat a 12-point generic ballot lead. A blue wave wipeout? Whoa! Owen Riley, boy, you look like a thumb. Okay, don't know what that means. Thank you, though. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And it's a Tea Party pioneer says Democrats can't match that blue wave. Well, of course they can't. Mark Meckler doubts projections of a Democratic midterm surge. Of course. course not. Mark Meckler, one of the founders of the Tea Party, okay, helped to harness the anger on the right. He basically is saying it's not going to happen. The enthusiasm gap is closing right now, but it's not. See, the thing is, there was never an enthusiasm gap. Democrats just hate Trump always. They just hate his personality. So if you give them a question, are you going to vote against him next? Oh yeah, for sure, I promise I will. Yes. And then Republicans are like, oh well, we're in power now. Oh, yeah, you know what? But now with the Kavanaugh thing, they're like, oh my god. We have enough. I mean, this is insanity. So, and of course, when they lost in Ohio, they're like, Democrats had a big night in Ohio. Not winning is the asterisk. Like they just love not winning. They just love not winning. Five metrics suggest that Democrats are poised for a big wins. It's not going to happen. Kilted Bear. Obama bankrupted the DNC. Also, Dark Helmet. HA. Will you please play with your dolls again? Are you talking about... Darth Vader. Kilted Bear. Well, Hillary bankrupted the DNC. Obama actually raised money, if you can believe it, a lot, but Mike Freedom. I'm old enough to remember the Tiny Bowl Man. Flush the blue wave down the drain. Rock on, Goodman. Yes. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. I mean, when you have Hillary Clinton campaigning for Andrew Gillum, the midterms, the polls are actually tightening. Not good. This is interesting. Wow. Exactly what have I been saying all day? Despite new accusers, Democrat war on Brett Kavanaugh could cost them midterm elections. I'm telling you, I have the pulse of what's going on. Not that this USA Today article is the pulse of what's going on. I'm just saying, like, people are seeing this. By disparaging Kavanaugh, Democrats have backed themselves into a corner. They might pay in the midterm elections. Oh, they will definitely pay. They will definitely pay in the midterm elections. Number one, the Trump base is energized beyond belief because of this. They were energized before, just being beleaguered and not being able to, losing friends and family from arguments and constantly MSNBC, constantly CNN, calling him everything from, Hitler to just this horrible person to a danger, and that you have to hear this like smug, late night shows and Bill Maher and oh my God, the smartest people in the room. But that wasn't that was enough to get that. I was saying they were going to win on May 30th, 2018. In the Hill, on RT's Crosstalk with Peter Lavelle on TV. That's my pinned tweet, and on Twitter. Then I wrote my Daily Caller article, and I say it all the time. And I have a prediction video, but they're definitely going to lose now. How do you get momentum? You're not talking about Medicare for all. Then one of the Medicare for All candidates you have is getting fundraising, is getting money from Hillary Clinton of all people. Angela Winningham, thank you, Angela. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Thank you. Mike Freedom, thank you. Yeah, I mean, have Democrats gone so overboard in trying to demonize Brett Kavanaugh that they risk a backlash from upstanding men and women who love them? Let's start with the premise that Democrats want to keep Judge Kavanaugh off the high court by any means necessary. Their modus operandi is to bring up, assault charges late in the game to delay and derail the nomination process. They see it as a win-win. They either destroy Kavanaugh, discourage the Republican voter base, ain't going to happen, and deal with significant blow the Trump presidency now, or Republicans hang together in the face of the political monsoon, confirm Kavanaugh, and alienate women voters. But guess what? Not Democrats always miscalculate. They think that all women feel the way they do. No, older women don't buy the Democrats' propaganda. Older women have moved far away from the Democratic Party. Leading to Democrat victories in midterms? No. If anything, very likely people who have seriously suffered at the hands of a deranged man are like, wait a second, this is nothing compared to what I dealt with. And Democrats are going nuts, and they're not even looking at Keith Ellison, who could be guilty. We don't know. Democrats seem to think this political game won't cost them, but it'll definitely cost them, like a boomerang. They throw it at Trump, comes right back to them, as always. But they have left the reaction of men out of the equation. Moving against Kavanaugh could cost Democrats. An NPR Marist poll this week finds that a plurality of Americans are undecided on the issue, but there is a predictable gender gap, with somewhat more men believing Kavanaugh and more women believing the accuser, Christine Blasey Ford. I venture to say, if you go and look at that, I'll venture to say, if you go and look at that, any poll, you'll see older women don't subscribe to the Democratic mentality. Laura Gronzella, thank you for your hard work. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so very much. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Snowflake safe space. The real Hillary's head bobbles more. Snowflake safe space. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, it's just Democrats are going to lose miserably. And thank you, Young Phenom. Thank you. Democrats are going to lose miserably. And when they lose, Trump is going to say, "You are fake news." He's going to say, "That was false and fake and never happened." That's what he's going to say. "It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen. All I can say is it's totally fake news. Just fake. It's fake." And then you have Amy Barrett. Amy Barrett's on deck, and they haven't seen anything. Can you imagine if Trump stacks the court with three conservatives, the third one, which is the most conservative, probably even more conservative than Scalia? Pete Mitchell, yeah. Awesome. Awesome, Pete. Awesome. But men are rightly concerned that Democrats normalizing the idea that raising 30 to 35-year-old charges with no hard evidence and no presumption of innocence can wipe away reputations and careers. Would any man vote for a political party that is generating this toxic environment? They are going to lose miserably in midterms. Now, let's just put it this way. Washington State mom, Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They think that all black voters, all Latino voters, all Asian voters, all Jewish voters, all females believe Democrats. No, no. I could tell you as a Jew, I could tell you there are going to be more Jewish voters. I think they voted 70% for Clinton, Jewish people, Jewish Americans. It'll be close to 40% for Trump. Don't quote me on that, but I can tell you it'll be a lot more. A lot more. A lot more. I can tell you that from what I've heard, for black voters, it could be close to 15%. It could be close to 15%. Eric Neff, will Hillary conduct yoga? She does the Firefly, Eric. She does the Firefly. Oh, Brian, no, Rosenstein will not be fired tomorrow because he doesn't want to take. Trump said he doesn't want to take away from the amazing. I swear to you, go watch the beginning of the hearings like 4 weeks ago. It's the best. It is the best. You have Chuck Grassley, and he starts off. He doesn't even know. Like, he thinks it's going to be just a normal. Grassley is like, he's like, surely the Democrats are just trying to have a great country the way we are. They think differently from us, but they're really good people. I know you found out the hard way, Mr. Grassley, that they are opportunists who hate truth. This is a joyous occasion. I'm so glad to have everyone here for this. What? Excuse me. And then you have them as Mr. Chairman Grassley, please, can you hear me? Please, I want to end this now. I want everything to end now. Go home. Yes. What are you talking about, Senator? This has to end. We need 500,000 billion trillion pages that we asked for. I'm sorry, Senator. I don't know what we gave you the page, and then you have Spartacus. This is the biggest. This is the time I am Spartacus. Yeah, this is my Spartacus moment. What are you talking about? We already gave you the. You're not even doing anything wrong. We gave you the documents. We already gave you the documents. They're not classified. How can you be? They're not even classified. You think you're a WikiLeaks or Julian Assange? You're not a publisher. It's like they don't get it. Every step of the way. Oh, Mitch McConnell. I'm a Mitch McConnell. Oh, you got a 15th accuser? Okay. Michael Avenatti's got a 15th accuser? Well, looky here. 17 people now. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's really good. Oh, you got, okay. Oh, you got all the Rockettes from New York? Okay. All right, well, we're going to just have to go ahead and we'll wait until all of October. And you're not going to campaign. We're going to have a 60-vote supermajority in the Senate. Yeah. How you like me now? I don't know what you heard about Mitch McConnell, but you can't take $1 from Mitch McConnell. Midterm should be called the Blue Automatic Toilet Bowl Cleaner. Water Ripple Wave. Can't wait for the day of the party. Be here November 6th. November 6th. Michael O'Connell, 2018. Well, Chuck, we have 18,000 accusers. I think we're going to have to go through October. I don't know. I guess they don't want to win. I guess they just don't want to win. I get, you mess with me, you mess with yourself. Jennifer Hemer. Does America not change your mind on Thames? I don't know what that means, but it's funny. And then you have Tamara Friedman. HA, my friends and family in Florida enjoy the Second Amendment. Hilarious is going to have to work really hard. Hilarious. Exactly. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Walk away. Yes. Tamara Friedman. Well, I mean, Tamara, Florida is Trump country. I don't get that. It's a Trump state. So I don't get that. And you have like Chuck Grassley. He's just so innocent. How did this guy become senator? Is everybody okay? And you have like the most ruthless, just like ruthless Rothfuss. What am I doing with Hillary? I mean, you have these people from the moment, sir, chairman, we need to end this proceeding, chairman. And then like, all of them, Warner, he's an awesome guy. Hold on. So this guy is he's great. No. Hold on 1 second. Was it Wyden? No, hold on. Gosh. It's the other guy. Democrat senators on Judiciary Committee. Hold on a second. I'll get to this. I mean, you have these people who were like, so Patrick Leahy. Oh, Richard Blumenthal. Oh, he's a piece of work, this guy. This guy is like, you look at him like, oh, maybe he's intelligent. Then he speaks, you're like, wow, he's stupid. He really doesn't, I think he sounds like, he's like, Chairman Grassley, we've been waiting for 500 billion trillion pages of documents. And no, we think this is a farce. This is a charade. And then you had Operation Cackle Screech. Ah, wah, ah, nah, wah, wah, no. I mean, oh my gosh. Who let these seals in? Did someone let out the zoo? Is there, what's going on? There's like a giant, like 1,000 seals. They're cackling and screeching. This is not, And then, like I say, the second day, they're like, oh, thank you. Suddenly there's no more cackling and screeching. Why is that? Shots out to DC SWAT. My homies, DC SWAT, the SWAT police. What happens when you have just a little SWAT police? Suddenly, you can hear yourself think. Suddenly, there's peace in the world. You can let yourself breathe and think. We can have a good meeting here. Shout out to DC SWAT. Notice the second day, like they just like they put all the police there, and there was no more cackling and screeching. Every day was orchestrated. Like every day, every single day was orchestrated. Every single day. And then you had Leahy, who was just hilarious. Well, looky here. Oh, Chucky. Guess what we have in store for you? Oh. I do. Ghost Lord, I do. Well, looky. Isn't that funny? You think you got one up on us? Wait till late September.
Oh, we got something on you. We got something up our sleeves. Don't guard Kobe one-on-one, because you're liable to get a buzzer beater. Yes. Oh. Jerry Rice post in the end zone with a 5'2" cornerback? I don't think so. Touchdown, Democrats.
They're like, oh, we have something in store for you. Your mama. They're constantly losing, and they don't even understand. They don't know what's going on. They're like, well, why aren't we winning? Well, maybe because you're hated. Maybe because people think you're satanic and they hate you. Why don't you look in the mirror, Democrats? What? I looked in the mirror, and the late night talk show hosts say we're so wonderful. We're so great. But you're not. The resistance is going to be called the assistance. It's already called the assistance. And none of this is like, the best was the senator who was like, men, just shut up. That was really good before the midterms. She was like, stupid, idiot, dumb, stupid, moronic men. Shut up and just shut up. Dummies, stupid morons. Oh, that's good for the midterms. Fantastic. This has been a great soundbite, year. Like, you need your medication. That was so great. The two biggest morons are Flake and Corker. Two dumb names for two dumb people. No offense if anyone's named Flake. I'm sure you're wonderful. We're Corker. But these guys are unbelievably horrible. They're like, well, we just want a CNBC, a CNN job afterwards, so we really care about women. Yeah, right. We just hate Trump. Kavanaugh. Ooh. Ex-boyfriend filed restraining order against third Kavanaugh accuser from okay. Avenatti. Donald Trump. Avenatti's a third-rate lawyer who's making false accusations. Like he did on me, but no on Brett Kavanaugh. Wow. Then they get from based on my time with Brett, I believe that he and his social circle were capable of the actions that were described. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. That still doesn't mean anything. They're getting statements from people who are like, well, I was his roommate, da da da. We shared a 2-bedroom unit. How do you, generally a roommate is like 1 bedroom. How do you have a 2-bedroom? Despite our living conditions, Brett and I did not socialize beyond a few days of freshman year. So then how do you know? Then he became very good friends with. So this guy was a roommate, but in a 2-bedroom. Must be nice at Yale Yale. This is like all gossip and hearsay and whatever. It's just nonsense, just utter nonsense. Oh, there's another allegation. Is there a fourth allegation? Jane Doe. Oh my God. This is horrible. Another allegation that says that he committed a heinous crime. Ay, ay, ay. This is just not going to end well for Democrats. How is this guy Jack the Ripper? And they just find this out now. Power stroke, dude. Hey, HA, we were all so intense this week. How about a joke? Power stroke, dude. Thank you so much. Love you too. Thank you so much. All 626 people, I love you all. You're all wonderful. And they're just going to keep on. The longer they prolong this, see, they should never, ever, ever have prolonged this. They just should never have prolonged this. I'm sorry. I get it. But it's like, it's ridiculous. You're going overboard. There's no chance. This is not about caring. This is about simple power. Simple, cold power. And I'm just wondering where it's really sad because they've actually hurt the Me Too movement to where now people are going to look at this episode and they're going to say, wow, a person is going to say that he or she is less likely to believe a victim because of Democrats. It's disgusting. You're going to see more and more until the second of the vote on Friday. And if they prolong it on Friday, I mean, it'll go through, he'll get confirmed, but I just don't want to go through this. It's like a national nightmare, this thing. You can't say the guy passes 6 FBI background checks and the last second, then it's like, oh yes, finally we have all this information. All these people come out. It's obviously without even knowing where the major crime took place. That's bizarre. That is very bizarre. Then they're like, well, it's normal in that circumstance. No, it's not normal. It could happen. Generally, though, people who have been through that kind of horrible know that, yes, they took me to this bar and da-da-da-da. It was like all, orchestrated or, And Democrats have made everything just gossip, hearsay, accusation. That's it. No evidence, no nothing, no credit card receipts, no nothing. How about credit card receipts or whatever? Like back then, fine. How about a location? It's just, they're going to crash and burn politically hard. And it's going to be worse than, it's going to be far worse than It's going to be far worse than election night. Because what happened on election night it's just nothing compared to. They spent 2 years. They spend 2 years and like, well, it's not a court of law. I just love how no one talks about Karen Monahan, Keith Ellison's accuser. It's just really, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how nobody cares. If you're on the left, you just don't care. You just don't care. You really, really don't care. You really don't care. Like you just, it's nothing to you. And the sad part of all of this is that it's not, the left doesn't care about women. They don't care at all. They really, really don't care at all. It's just power. They just care about power. And you can see that with the way they treat different allegations. Why is it that if they care so much, why is it that they don't go ahead and they don't treat every accusation against Democrats in the same manner? Why is that the case? Why is that the case? Ladies and gentlemen, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now to my super chat. Thank you so much. You have a situation where if you're DNC chair, suddenly you don't get treated the same way. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Let's see. There's some other stuff. Senate Judiciary Republicans say they've spoken to two men who they think. Oh my God. Oh my God. They spoke to two men who could have basically. So she mistook possibly Kavanaugh for, wow. Form the basis of her. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, give me your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. If they hold the vote for Friday, if they hold off the vote, it'll happen Monday or Tuesday. I mean, it's going to happen, and Democrats are not. If the Democrats don't go ahead and if the Democratic Party doesn't go ahead and doesn't campaign in the Senate, they're done. I mean, they might lose. They could potentially lose seats. If they don't get over 10 seats, it'll be a more. They won't be able to spin it. If they get 15 or 16, they could possibly spin it. Possibly get 18, closer to 23. Oh, we'll get 7, Republicans who want to flip on Trump, and you'll hear that forever. Oh, we're going to get 7 Republicans to vote. But if they get like 10, you're not going to get 13 Republicans to vote. It'll be like a devastating. Anything other than 23 will be implosion. They have no money. They have no money. They are literally asking and begging Hillary Clinton, of all people. I'm Al Self. Thank you. Sean George. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hit subscribe. I'll do an upload soon. Check out my latest upload. And God bless. Thank you so very, very much. You are all absolutely wonderful. Thank you.